Hello, we are going to start our lesson today by doing a little bit of phonemic awareness. I will say a word, you'll repeat that word, and then I'll ask you to drop something off of it. We'll just do a few of those. So say sunflower, sunflower. Say sunflower without sun. Flower, good. Granddaughter, granddaughter. Say granddaughter without grand. Daughter, good. Saltwater. Say salt water without salt. Water. Good job. Now we're going to do another type of phonemic awareness. Say fall. Fall. Say fall again, but don't say all. Say bad. Bad. Say bad again, but don't say bad. Say here. Here. Say here again, but don't say ear. Good job. Say wood. Wood. Now say it again, but instead of w, say g. Good. Say fed. Fed. Say fed again, but instead of f, say r. Red. Say sun. Sun. Say sun again, but instead of s, say r. Run. Good job. All right, we are going to have our review. We talked last about adjacent vowels. Adjacent vowels are vowels that are next to each other. In a word, they are right beside each other. The first vowel is long and the second vowel is silent. A-I and A-Y are adjacent vowels in words. So A-I would say A and A-Y would say A. E-A and E-E are adjacent vowels that we find in words. And so the E and E-A would say E and the A would be silent. And then E-E, you would have the first E is long and the second E is silent. Both of these say E. O-A would say O. The A is silent and the O is long. O-E would say O because the first vowel O is long and the second vowel E is silent. U-E and U-I. U-I would say U. The I is silent. U-E would say U. The E is silent. I-E would say I, because the first vowel I would be long and the second vowel E would be silent. Those are adjacent vowels. And when we prove those words, we mark that second vowel silent and that first vowel long. We also can add suffixes to our phonetic skill 5 words. And when we add a suffix to a phonetic skill 5 word, all you do, if we're adding ing, ed, er, or est, we just add the suffix to the word. So when we have this word clean, then cleaning, all we did was add the suffix and underline it. And then cleaned in the past. Cleaner, we're comparing one thing to another, being clean. One is cleaner than the other. Cleanest, we're comparing 3 or more things, like that table is the cleanest table in the lunchroom. So when you're adding ing, ed, er, or est to a phonetic skill 5 word, you just add the suffix. Let's read this base word, and then let's read the word with our suffixes that are underlined. Ready? Boat, boating, boated, boater. Good. Let's read this base word. Now we have the adjacent vowels EA, and that's going to say E because A is silent. So dream, dreaming, dreamed, dreamer. And then we have this base word. We have adjacent vowels A and I. So the A would be long and the I would be silent. So plain. And we have plainer, plainest. Good job. Now let's read these words as our review. Ready? The boater dreamed of having the cleanest boat on the lake. What did the boater dream of? Yes, having the cleanest boat on the lake. Let's read this next sentence. She liked the plainest dress on the rack. What did she like? The plainest dress. Well, where was the dress? On the rack, yes. Who liked it? She liked it. Good job. All right, this last sentence. Your teacher is teaching you the neatest things. And who's teaching you? Your teacher. What is she teaching you? The neatest things. And I think learning about all of our phonetic skills and learning about our language is a really neat thing. We learn why something is pronounced the way it is by using our 5 phonetic skills. All right, let's go now to our next page. This lesson, we're going to learn the 3 things that GH will do. The GH can do 3 things, and in this lesson, you're going to learn all 3 of those things that it can do. In this word, if you notice that we have the GH at the beginning of the word. To prove this word, we're going to make the H silent, because when GH is at the beginning of the word, you're not going to hear the H. So you're going to hear the G, but not the H sound. So GH at the beginning of the word, H is silent, and you're going to hear the G. Then we're going to mark our vowel, and then this follows the vowel families O and I, where this vowel will be long, so the beginning sound is G, and then we have the ost for the whole word being ghost. That is a word where GH is at the beginning and the H will be silent. So if GH is at the beginning of the word, the H will be silent. And then you still prove your word like you normally would, staying underneath, marking everything from left to right, and then going back around on top, staying on that racetrack. So there's another thing that GH does, and if GH comes at the end of words, that GH is going to make the sound, the F sound. We don't mark it any other way other than we just put a small F in between the G and the H. So that word laugh, tough, enough, and cough. So far we've learned 2 ways. GH at the beginning of the word, the H is silent, you mark it out, and you just hear the G. And then if GH is at the end, you're not going to hear the G or the H. That GH together is going to sometimes make the sound, and we just write a small F over it like we said. Let's read these together. Laugh, tough, enough, cough. Do you hear that sound at the end? Well, it's made with the GH, but it makes the sound. All right, the most common way that we know about GH is that there is an I in front of it. You see the I right here in front of GH? When we have an I in front of GH, again, we're going to go underneath marking our vowel. We're not going to hear the H. We're coming up and around the racetrack, so we're going to mark the H silent. Then you're also going to mark the G silent. And then the I is going to make the long sound. Some people call this the 3-letter I sound because IGH will always say I. IGH will say I. So that word is sigh. Like you go, huh, make a sigh. Like, huh. Have you made a sigh before? So the most popular way, the most common way that GH, the sound is I. When the I is in front of it, and IGH says I. In this word, we're going to go underneath and mark the vowel. We're going to go up and around and mark the H silent. We'll go up and around and mark the G silent. And remember, the I is long. So the vowel sound is I, and the word is sight. When we see things, we use our sense of sight. So the sounds of GH, GH at the beginning of the word is G, GH at the end of the word is F. IGH and IGHT makes the long I sound. So right now I want to stop, and I do want to dictate some words. Let me get my board. And remember, when we dictate, I will dictate the word to you twice. You'll bring it to your ears twice and give it to me. And then I will use it in a sentence. And then you will write and prove it. And then I will show you mine for you to check. Okay, so go ahead at this time if you need to, and pause the video and get something to write with, something to write on. I'm going to use a board and a marker and an eraser. You can get that, or you can get a pencil and a piece of paper, or a pencil and a crayon, pen, doesn't matter, something to write with and something to write on. And when you're ready, you may resume the video. The first word, ghost, ghost. Give it back to me. Great job, ghost. The ghost was at the haunted house. Go ahead and write and prove the word ghost. I'm going to show you mine so you can check your work and make sure you write the G properly. The G is going in the right direction. I marked the H silent. I marked my vowel O, and then I know that OST is part of the vowel family O and I. So I underline that and then mark that O long, ghost. You pronounce that ghost. Okay, read that word 2 times, please. Ghost, ghost. Good job. All right, the next word for dictation. Ready? High, high. Give it back to me. The balloon went very high in the sky. Not like hello. It went high up in the sky. Go ahead and write and prove the word high. And check your work. Remember, we said that the IGH was the most common way that the GH is used in words, and I is before it will be long I, and you will not hear the G or the H. High. The balloon went high in the sky. Read that word 2 times, please. High, high. Next word, I'm ready to give. Are you ready to receive? Bright, bright. Give it back to me. The sun is very bright. Go ahead and write and prove the word bright. If you need to tap it out, you can do so. Bright. 4 sounds in there. Check your work. There is an R blend at the beginning. So that will be, you'll put an arc under that to keep it together. Mark your vowel I. The GH is silent. And then I did hear the T on the end. That's bright. And remember, IGH makes the long I sound, bright. And we're going to do one more word. Ready? Flight, flight. Give it back to me, please. She will take the next flight at the airport. Flight. Go ahead and write and prove the word flight. If you need to tap it out, I. There are 4 sounds. 4 sounds. When I prove that word, I do have an L blend at the beginning. My 3-letter I sound is IGH, where the I is long and the G and H is silent. And then I do hear that ending sound, flight. Good job. All right. So now you know the 3 things that GH can do. It can say G at the beginning of a word like ghost, and it can be long, have the long I sound if we have I in front of it, as in high, bright, and flight. And I did not dictate a word to you that it could be, but if it's at the end of the word, as in laugh, it has the sound of laugh, cough, enough, tough. All right, so we're going to now read some words and sentences that have the GH, IGH, and IGHT in them. Okay, looking at the GH words. Now, if you will remember when we have the asterisk, that means those are nonsense words. We can't put meaning to it, but we're going to get that sound, okay? So let's read our GH words. Ready? Ghost, gale, tough, laugh. Our IGH words, high, sigh, nigh, zigh. Our IGHT words, sight, night, right, flight. Good job. Let's read these sentences. Ready? Would you laugh or sigh at the sight of a ghost in the night? And the last one, they were asking a high price for the flight. Great job. The three sounds that GH can make are G and I. Great job. I will see you next time. Have a great evening.